Trying to get, let's see if, alrighty, I think everything's working. So, good morning. It's bright and early Tuesday. So, I mean, it's not bright and early, it's 10:30. 10:31 to be exact. And I guess we only have like an hour and a half till it's afternoon. So today's Tuesday. We're gonna get some news and got a variety of articles to share today. One that's local is the cherry blossom season. It is upon us. So I guess on the 16th of March, National Park Service has said that they have reached stage 2. So the florets are visible. And I don't know, because the next article I'm going to talk about, we'll hit on this, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to go do too much cherry blossom stuff this year. With everybody having to go back into work, traffic into DC has been insanity. So I have to go into the office for my main job twice a week. And last Thursday I left at 3:30, and if I didn't take the HOV express lane, which is expensive, I wouldn't have gotten home until 6, and that's just insane. So the next story is talking about how the National Cherry Blossom Festival is set to boom DC tourism. And it does. It's a huge in DC. So many of the restaurants and coffee shops and businesses get all into the cherry blossom spirit. The hockey team usually has like a cherry blossom themed jersey. I think even, I don't know about the baseball team. I think like DC United is doing like a cherry blossom night, and I think they do have, are they called jerseys? Do they wear jerseys? Or whatever, their shirts, their soccer shirts are supposedly cherry blossom themed, and I think you can buy them. I'm pretty sure you can buy any of these, like the jersey and stuff. So the hotel's a little bit more pricier, so if you haven't made plans, just note that it's a little bit inflated right now because everybody wants to come in, especially I think peak bloom, what was it? Peak bloom I think was supposed to be March 28th to the 30th, or 29th to 31st, around that time. Since I work in there, I might just like leave the house at like 5 a.m. and head into DC for like sunrise before I have to go into work. But I haven't decided that. But so yeah, so I mean, there's the cherry blossom. I have a video, so if you want to check it out, I think I published it on like March. It was like the first Sunday of March, talking about like cherry blossom, what to expect, some of the events. And so yeah, so it's a big deal. And technically, opening ceremonies is this Saturday, and also the kickoff for the Cherry Blossom Festival in DC. I actually do have tickets to the opening ceremony, and as long as nothing crazy goes on, I should be able to attend. Me and my friend are going to go. So expect a vlog on that, as long as I can film. I'm not sure if I can film in the opening ceremonies, but I'll find out soon enough. So yeah, and so DC gets all pink, and so yeah, so just note, coming in, gonna be a lot of traffic. Pack patience, take metro. It should be a good time. Alright, so I usually put my stories in order, and I didn't this time, but we're also going to talk about, let's go into some, let's see, let's do some Disney news. So, you know, it's funny, I saw this like article about new rules you have to follow in Disney Springs. It's by Disney Food Blog. And I thought actually they were like real rules, but then when I read it, I was like, oh, these aren't really rules like set by Disney World. It was just like, just, you know, like they are right in this article. Going to Disney Springs can be an ordeal itself. Like the parking lot can be chaotic, and it's so busy and so crowded, and if you're not really sure where you're going, you could be walking a lot. And so it's not really a news story, and it's like now that I like sat down and actually like read the article, it's not really rules, but it is pretty intense. Disney Springs has gotten intense a little bit. I mean, there's so much to do, so many good restaurants in Disney Springs. You have Gideon's, you have the cookie shop, you know, and it's incredible. They are putting like a new, they got rid of the MBA experience, and now I think level 99. It looks kind of fun. It looks like a cross between like Art Tech House and like an escape room and that kind of like type of area. So yeah, but this is actually real news concerning Disney World. There's going to be a new Geo 82 adults only lounge coming to Epcot. And it's inside Spaceship Earth. Geo 82. I mean, why is it called Geo 82? Well, it's coming in late spring. It's an elegant lounge honoring the history of Spaceship Earth and Epcot. So this sounds pretty cool. I mean, and unfortunately, like if late spring, it might be open when we go, but since we have our daughter at this trip, we probably can't go because especially if it's adults only. So yeah. So I mean, there's not really much else like besides adults only, and you know, I don't know. I feel like Epcot, like I guess some people are like in the article are complaining that you know it might be controversial that's the adults only. I mean, I mean Epcot is more of like the drinking park for a lot of adults. I don't see an issue with there being an adults only. I mean, if they have the theming like more adult theme, I don't see any issue with it. I mean, there's adult sections on the Disney cruises, and that's completely fine to me. So it'll be interesting. Maybe the next time we go to Disney without the daughter, we'll check it out. But not this. Well, I mean, late spring is also very, you know, broad. And, you know, so who knows what late spring is. Because technically, summer doesn't start till June 20th? So they have some time. So it could be open by the time we go. It could not be open, but I guess we will find out the official date later. Let's go into. Let's do some Japan news. Osaka is going to host the like World Expo, and apparently they are going to be showcasing a lot of high tech. Futuristic products at the expo. I really wish I could go, unless I can squeeze in like a summer Japan trip if I want to sweat my soul out in Japan in the summer. Oh look, one of the things that might be presented is developing a jacket that automatically adjusts the temperature inside to the level that is most comfortable for the wearer. That actually sounds kind of nice, actually. Yeah, so, oh, sorry, I haven't had coffee yet this morning. I made coffee and then I think my milk is bad, so it didn't taste very good, so I stopped drinking it. But anyways, so the World Expo, that would be cool if I can get to go, if I can squeeze in a trip, but I highly doubt I can squeeze in a trip. But talking about more Japan news, Mount Fuji, they've been debating this, about charging the climbers because, you know, it's been the amount of people that want to climb Mount Fuji has risen, and then it's just they wanted, I think, like here, they wanted to cap it daily, online reservations. You know, it's just like they're concerned about safety, environment, and like trash. People come, trash comes. So it sounds like last year, Yamanashi Prefecture introduced a 2,000 yen entry fee plus an optional donation to the Yoshida Trail. But the Yoshida Trail fee doubled this year from July to September to 4,000 for 3 trails that were previously free. So the amount of climbers has declined. So I'm not going to get into the numbers, but it's declined. Well, hold on, let me read. 221,000 or 221,322 in 2023, and it pretty much went down about 20,000. So, I mean, 200,000 hikers is a lot of people, regardless. I have actually been up Mount Fuji. It I but not too much. I think my dad took me to my dad took me up a little bit of it. I did not go all the way up. I think just kind of stayed around the base when I was a kid. But he has climbed it with a few like military friends when we were stationed out there. And I would like to do it one day. We're not going to do it this fall, but I would like to one day actually like try to tackle it. But I think that's all the Japan news. Let's just get into it while we're in Asia. We talked about Korean Air last time. Sorry, mini burping. We talked about Korean Air last time. They have a new design, which I think it looks a little doesn't look too pretty. But anyways, I think it looks boring. It's not that it's not pretty, it's just boring. Apparently, they are taking out a few first class in their Boeing 777s, or 777-300ER aircraft, removing first class cabins to accommodate premium economy. And like to be honest, I think more people would take advantage of premium economy than first class. Like first class to most people is unattainable. Unless it's like a upgrade. Like you give me a free upgrade or like tell me it's $200, I will bump up to first. But that's like that never happens to most people. And I mean even business class is really expensive. So there is a growing demand for premium economy, and so they are responding by removing first class and adding premium, which I mean to be honest, like I've already said, I think is actually not a bad idea. So kudos to Korea Air. I would like to fly them one day. Though I just do that. Do they fly? I don't know if they fly out of Dulles. I just haven't. They haven't popped up in my searches lately. But then again, I haven't really been searching Korea too much in the past few days, or few months. So let's go taxes. So Hawaii lodging tax could hit 20%. And I guess it's a new legislation push, alongside a new statewide green fee. And they're just trying to aim to raise money for climate change and wildfire mitigation. So yeah, I mean, yeah, Hawaii is just such an expensive vacation destination. I mean, like I remember one of my friends, she said that if she had known that she got married like 15, was it 17 years ago? She got married a while ago. And she said that, after she came back, she realized that Japan was like almost the same. So I was like, yeah, Hawaii can be kind of expensive. So I mean, yeah. I mean, if you are planning your Hawaii vacation, you might have to budget a little bit more to accommodate for the tax if this legislation gets passed. So far, it doesn't say when is it. Does it have a date? Doesn't really say when they pass, but I mean you could probably Google that. Oh yeah. So, well, I just want to say, if you're looking for like tech stuff, apparently Best Buy is having a huge sale in the tech. I hear the DJI Action 4 is on sale on like Amazon Amazon and Best Buy, because the 5 is out. I have the 4. I mean, I like watched like a few videos of people talking about the 5 versus the 4, and they said the 5 is more like slightly better. I mean, the few review, because like even though I'm not really in the market for a new action camera, I still watch some of the reviews, and like a few of the reviewers I watch, they're like, well, if you have the Action 4, you'll be happy with it. You're not going to be missing too much. And so, I'm happy with the Action 4, so I'm not really rushing out, for the 5. So yeah, so if you are looking for new travel cameras or gear, you might want to be checking out Best Buy or check out the DJI Action 4. I don't have affiliate links for either one, so you can buy me a coffee if you get a good deal for the suggestion. But anyways, so next story. So airlines sometimes try to diversify. I think a lot of businesses try to diversify, and so apparently Allegiant Air tried, and apparently it's failed. They built the Sunseeker Resort Charlotte Harbor, and apparently it looks pretty cool. I mean, I had never heard about this. Apparently it's Charlotte Harbor, Florida. And apparently it hasn't done well. Yeah, apparently it's understaffed, sorry, it's understaffed, and it just seems like Allegiant has completely gave up on it, which is unfortunate. And so the few people that have gone, they've like, yeah, it's just not good anymore, or maybe it wasn't ever good to begin with. So Allegiant's trying to offload the property. It seems like they might have a few potential buyers for it. I honestly don't really know much about Allegiant Air, and I've never heard of this resort before I saw the article on it. So have you ever been, or I mean, were you considering going? Because apparently it might have a new owner. So I guess that's it for that one. So I'm sorry, I should be more energetic, but I'm like really tired. And so yeah, so a few other stories. American Air, is trying to do a new onboarding process for a smoother traveling experience from May 1st. They're adding extra 5 minutes to the standard boarding flight on all its flights. They are trying to improve the passenger experience by reducing congestion at the jet bridge, allowing travelers to stow their luggage with ease and streamlining pre-departure procedures. And apparently the change is because boarding delays are a significant contributor to overline airline inefficiencies. I guess so. I mean, usually just like everyone wants to just rush on the plane anyways and get their stuff in the overhead and then sit down and get ready to go. I mean, maybe the 5 minutes will help. Maybe it will also help, I don't know. I really don't know if this is really going to be helpful. I mean, it'll be curious to see. I mean, I'm not planning to fly American anytime soon. But yeah, apparently they're starting to do it. I mean, if it helps, it helps. I'm not going to complain. I mean, once I'm in my seat, I'm not checking my watch, when are we taking off? Unless it's everything's boarded and then we're sitting there. Then I'm like, why are we still sitting here? But I mean, yeah, I mean, this can also, like this last line is saying, this might have a big impact on punctuality of the airports or airplanes. So let's see if American's successful with this. Maybe the other airlines will also, implement this in their procedures, but not really sure. So I guess we shall see. It'll be curious to see if we see a follow-up article on this in a few months to see if it actually is effective. If I remember, I'll look it up in a few months if someone writes about it. More airline. Well, it hasn't been too crazy, I don't think, but a wing of a Delta plane struck the runway at LaGuardia Airport during the landing. I don't know. Like my friend and I were talking about like just the amount of issues going on in the world, like with the airline industry, and it's just like maybe because post COVID, the planes sat around. I mean, I know they do maintenance on the planes like when the whole world was shut down, but maybe just the amount of travel crazed people, maybe they're just overworking the planes and staff and stuff like that, and maybe that's kind of contributing to the issues that we're having at the moment. I don't know. That could be a theory. I just don't want to see anymore. Like aviation, I want aviation news to be like more about like new menus and new designs and like awesome safety reports, less about airlines or airplanes not landing well. And actually, like last night, I was coming back from work, and I was like, why is there a commercial airline flying towards Fort Belvoir, the army base? Because I was like, oh, it's a plane, and I'm like, oh, it's not one of the military planes, because I mean, military plane and commercial plane, much different body, and I'm just like, what? And then like I blink and it was gone, and I thought maybe like there was a glitch in the matrix, and I was just like, oh my god, I don't need this. And my friend actually looked it up. I guess Reagan was having some issues. She said some of the planes were looping. She was like, so that's probably why you saw a commercial plane there, because I was just like, usually don't see commercial planes that part of like 95. Like I mean, there's always planes coming. Like we have a lot of air traffic because we have the military, we have the Marine Corps, and sometimes the Marine Corps Ospreys or helicopters, and there's also a small airport over yonder. I actually don't know what direction it is from where I'm sitting, but there's a small airport. So there's the small airplanes that are flying over occasionally. So we actually have a really busy, like sometimes it could be really loud with just like planes in this area. But I don't even know where I was going with this story. But yeah, so yeah, I have no idea where I was going. I completely forgot. But now I'm totally crazy. I need coffee, as you can tell. But yeah, no, I mean, I would rather have very boring airline industry news than exciting news. But oh, I just saw this. I didn't see this. I guess some French politicians wanted us to return the Statue of Liberty. Raphael Glucksmann, a French European Parliament member. I mean, the cost. I get it. Right now, it's a little crazy, but trying to give back the Statue of Liberty would be an enormous insanity. So yeah. But I think that's it for today. I'm going to go get some coffee and finish some work, and I will talk to you guys. I think now that my schedule's changed again, it's been a crazy few weeks. I'll probably just live stream on Thursday, and I might try and live stream in the evening occasionally. It's harder when you have a toddler who has inconsistent schedule. Because like last night she was up till 8 p.m. Like we went to bed around 8. I mean, I woke up and did some stuff, but I went back to sleep. But yeah, so it's kind of inconsistent when I can do it in the evenings, but I want to try to see about streaming in the evenings, especially on Twitch, but I haven't really had time yet. So anyways, guys, I hope you have a lovely Tuesday, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. Talk to you later. Bye.